One of the X factors for us at Kansas is certainly our culture, and it's what we talk about is how we do things. It's the smallest details to the biggest here at Kansas. And so for us, the XA app really aligns with our core values of what we do. One, it's attention to detail. It allows us to talk to guys about sleep, about how they're feeling, about recovery. It opens up avenues of those conversations to really show them that no detail in our program is overlooked. No detail in their recovery and their preparation is overlooked. So I think the XA app really aligns well with things culturally we're trying to drive on a daily basis. It creates the awareness for those conversations. And then I think it's, from a standpoint of culture, it's done nothing but help drive our culture in the right direction. One of the biggest factors XA app has really done for us is it's given us time back, which is your most precious resource. You know, we're from the NCAA to just what we have 24 hours a day. Time is by far our most precious resource we have. And so to have the XA app to make our mornings more efficient, our routines more efficient, but at the same time to lend us a coach back in the weight room or in the fueling station, in the nutrition area, spending time with athletes that doesn't need to be sitting there monitoring a scale, taking body weights, has been absolutely tremendous in our productivity. One of the new pieces of equipment that we've recently utilized with the XA app has been the automated scale. This has been absolutely tremendous in once again, productivity in the morning time for the efficiency of our program and our morning routine of how we go about things here at Kansas. Once again, freeing up a coach. There's no one there that has to help guys get on the scale, write weights down. It's all automated at this point in time. The efficiency and the amount of time that actually happens. And then at the same time, the weight is the weight. So there's something you always worry about is the efficacy and the validity of numbers. And those are very, very important. So to have the automated scale where an athlete has to scan a QR code and it automatically sends the number on the scale into the cloud has been tremendous for us. From a standpoint of body weight management, I think the biggest place the XA app really helps is once again, it gives the athletes an idea of where they're at on a day-to-day basis. And it gives them an idea of that trend as well. For them to have that access where they can look on their phones every single day at any point in time and see the trends and the trajectory of their body weight, I think it gives them that immediate feedback of, am I eating enough? How is that going? I think it's one thing for us to track their body weights and us to keep them, for them to be able to see that and to see that in graph form on a daily basis and to be able to look at it months on end and even sometimes in a year on end, however long you want. The awareness that creates for them and the resource that has been tremendous. The XA app creates so much awareness within our program of so many different things, whether that be the way the guys are sleeping, paying attention to their diet, paying attention to their recovery habits, seeing the trends in their body weights and how those things all correlate. So I think that the general aha moment was hit pretty quickly in both programs that we've utilized the XA app with, in the sense of it creates an extreme amount of awareness. So the XA score for us, which has been a new piece of the XA app that we've recently started to use, which really it's from a standpoint of we give athletes subjective feedback all the time. We think you're doing this well, we think you're not doing this well. The XA score is an objective number that they can look at and say, compared to my teammates, this is where I stack up. And we can objectively look, where is our culture going by our XA score? So how are guys sleeping? How are guys' body weights compared to what they need to be? Are guys showing up early or are they showing up late? All these things that we consider pivotal in our culture, they're now being objectified. And so we can take those numbers and we can literally rank our athletes. That's been critical for our culture as well. And once again, that alignment of how that all operates together. With being a morning school, one of the biggest challenges I personally face is we start so early, it's impossible to have 120 conversations, or what I should say, in-depth conversations outside of, hey, how are you, how'd you sleep, with that many athletes. Having an XA check-in and having the questionnaire, I can't tell you how critical that's been for, one, my relationship development with our athletes, but two, some of the in-depth conversations that maybe you wouldn't think you would have. What I've learned is naturally a lot of players will tell me if I might say, hey, how are you doing this morning? I'm doing great, coach, the day's going well. Where really they're masking or they're really hiding what they're really feeling. They might not be comfortable to tell me that or think that I want to hear that, but they're much more in tune with their cell phone. It's a whole heck of a lot easier for them to say, yeah, I'm not feeling so great today. And so getting those alerts on my phone or when I check in to the check-ins, and I might see those, and then I might have a follow-up conversation. Hey, how you doing? I kind of saw your check-in. You're not, is something going on? And that's led to multiple conversations with me that I never would have had based off just the conversation I had with the kid. Nothing seemed abnormal, but when I saw the check-in and he submitted the number he did, that allowed me to have now an in-depth and, once again, a reference point. And I was able to reference that and go, what's really going on? Are you comfortable talking about it? And what's that has led to has been incredible in some of the conversations, and once again in relationship building, but also in just helping them get the help they might need, whether that be mental or physical health.